Welcome back to Stories from the River. I'm Heather Greenwood, filling in for Charlie Maloof, back here today for our montage series about our Sleep Summit. Just a reminder, our Sleep Summit was back in May, early May, at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you haven't checked out episode 1 in this series, go ahead and go back. Check that out on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify to meet our 8 memory makers and hear a little bit from them. Cristina, Isaiah, Brett, Jalen, David, Melanie, Coda, and Jefferson. Today we're back to talk about how the summit will directly impact our memory makers' results, how they connected at the Sleep Summit, what these trainings and events mean to them, and how they build their confidence, a little bit about the broad river culture that we're known for, and how these memory makers plan to pioneer in 2025.
Welcome to Stories from the River, a show in which we go behind the scenes at Broad River Retail.
One thing that's challenged my thought or my process on the sales floor would probably be getting people to buy into the power base before I really had a whole lot of information on the power bases when I first got here through my first Sleep Summit.
Just having a different mindset and really digging into the technologies that get put into these mattresses and all the different benefits that they offer to help our guests out to live their A+ life.
I think everything. Again, sleep is not my strong suit, so I try to steal some things from the summit every year. Obviously, I do a lot of sleep training with our sleep sales manager, and I just tell everyone that I don't know how to sell sleep, so it's just funny.
I did find some things that kind of just challenged the way that I position myself in the sleep gallery, pinning on step down to questions I can help also ask the guests.
I would say I didn't really hear anything that challenged the way I thought about selling sleep. However, I did hear a lot of things that re-energized me and shown me the path that I need to take in order to, best serve my guests and my team members in the stores.
Ooh. No, it just makes me want to do it a little bit better. I know a little bit more information now, so I have a lot that I want to go back and share with my guests.
Gotten more information to better connect with the guest on some things.
Well, let's just say Ashley Sleep, for example. I know a lot of time, people really don't want to go to, an Ashley Sleep, but you really have to get, excited, when it comes to whether you have to change in the mattress, transitioning from a Tempur-Pedic mattress, to an Ashley Sleep. And I think Alex actually said it best, it's just like having a qualified approval, so you have to stay excited. So now it's actually changing me because I have to be honest. Sometimes I always see myself going from a $15,000 Tempur-Pedic, and now I have to take you to an Ashley Sleep. And sometimes the excitement could be gone, but now I'm changing my mindset. We all gotta have, we all deserve a good night's sleep. And sometimes it could be on a Purple, it could be on a Tempur-Pedic, and it could be on an Ashley Sleep.
I'm more motivated now. It inspired me to just go and sell an Active Breeze to everybody, sell a Lux Breeze to everybody, sell a mattress to everybody.
Hopefully through greater sales and changing people's lives through sleep.
This training here is going to be super impactful to our resorts, one individually, as a team, and as a company. I think it's going to bring everybody back with a renewed focus, and that's it. Where focus goes, energy flows, and we're excited to bring this back to the team.
I've made a lot of money off of the Sleep Summit. After the Sleep Summits, I always go in with the brand new information fresh in my mind. I hit the sales floor, and it just kind of takes off. I sell a really, really high volume of sleep after the Sleep Summits.
Well, in the short term, leading into Memorial Day, it's a big sleep month. Gets everybody kind of excited. They're refreshed on the product.
I think it just gets me fired up to sell sleep and gives me some, touch points that I can actually speak to my guests about.
The way it's going to impact, I think I'm going to be selling a lot more sleep than I actually did last year, because I'm going to use everything that I've learned from here, especially, I'm very excited as well, especially with the new product lineup that we have, with the Sealy lineup. Just taking everything that I've learned today and apply it, apply it to telling my team and having them apply everything.
We'll be more consistent with having those conversations with the guests, but it also makes them feel more comfortable once they get back there, because it's kind of, people come in for a gray sofa. We have a few of those. They come in for a mattress. They're all square, or rectangles, that are white.
Well, the saying, numbers don't lie. So last year, I didn't do so hot with sleep. This past year, we went ahead and changed my whole positioning on sleep, and I've become more confident with it. I've been digging in more, making sure it's a key component to my process of every day.
Being here, we kind of generally create the connection just by being in the different situations and the group settings that they put us in.
Every experience that I have, I feel like I get something out of it, and I create more relationships. I just talked to somebody, his name's Maurice, and we went over purple and he got very excited about it. So every single time I get to help somebody out, it creates that experience, and it creates success for not only myself, but for him and for our company.
I mean, for me, haven't been with the company for as long as I have, and I've worked in 6 different stores. I love coming to these events because I get to see people I just haven't seen in maybe a year since the last event. So I'm really reconnecting with some special people from the past. This is what I love about these.
Yes, I made a pretty strong connection with Alex from the TSI team after my first Sleep Summit, because I've always been a pretty big purple guy, and he's really into temper. So after we kind of met, he kind of introduced me to the temper world, why it's great, and we've just been really tight ever since.
Yeah, I mean, I think Coda is actually pretty cool. So like, you know, especially with the key and another people. I talked to a couple people, but I think since we were both on the panel, like, you know, it seems like he's a pretty cool person. Like, you know, if I have a question, I can actually reach out to, you know.
Yeah, every summit I meet GMs from everywhere, sales managers from everywhere. We kind of connect and just ping pong ideas and see what people do better, and kind of take some ideas from everybody to make everybody better.
Yeah, I'll say it's always great to come out to the Sleep Summits because it is all about connection, and you get to run across faces that maybe you've only seen in, you know, the KPIs and in the stats. I know we got to see our team members at the Bloodline, some team members from Gastonia, and the Hype, who just won the Grogu Award. So it is always great to run into everybody and see everybody in person.
Being a previous GM, it's nice to kind of see everyone in the room and they come down and visit. It's always nice seeing Stacy and Carl, just because they're so high energy and they're so much fun.
I actually love that, to be honest. It really makes me feel cared about as an employee.
It means a lot to me, you know, especially, you know, having it at such a nice place, but really taking the time to better our staff, our sales staff, making them feel more comfortable about our processes and our products. So
it means a lot. They definitely take the time to make sure that I have all the information I need to go back to the store and just kind of unload on my guests and make sure they have all the information. And obviously that benefits me. I mean, I'm selling it, it's making me good money.
I think it just goes to show the culture. I mean, it's a great place to work whenever they're willing to reinvest into the people. No matter where you're at in the company, they see, you know, the team only goes as far as, you know, the weakest link, and we're always reinvesting all the way down, top to bottom. And I think that's super powerful.
I mean, again, numbers don't lie. Broad River is the biggest flagship in Ashley. I mean, that speaks numbers for it in itself. So they're helping us get better, and in the end, they're getting bigger and better as well.
It means a lot for companies to actually take the time to give us a special training through each of the companies and let us know how our work actually impacts not only ourselves, but also the communities around us is a huge benefit to us.
So one of the things that I would say about that is, like, you know, one of the first things I did before joining Broad River is I actually went and read the reviews and everything about Broad River. And, you know, when I finally actually got to meet a couple people, the fact that they have a chaplain, that was actually pretty exciting to me. So Broad River invests in the people to make sure they actually get the best experience being able to do the process well. They invest in them to make sure they are successful, and with that success, being able to enjoy the A+ life and giving the guests an experience as well to enjoy A+ sleep.
It makes me feel more confident by, like I said, giving me the information, making sure I have everything I need when I go back into the showroom and I have to show the products off to the guests. I have to relay the information, teach them new stuff as I'm learning it. So me and my guests are kind of learning it at the same time, even though they don't really know that.
Yeah, I think it always is great to reinforce the knowledge that we have. I think knowledge is confidence, and in order to be a leader in any position, such as me being the sleep sales manager, I got to be able to speak to the products and just how we're supposed to operate and be able to model and message that all the way through.
I've always sold shoes, so selling furniture, it gives me the confidence to really sell whatever, because now that I can do that and they're 2 different industries, I can do anything.
It reaffirms what we've been talking about leading up to this moment, that they see I'm not just making stuff up and things like that, but it also, gives everybody, people that maybe didn't know what question to ask. Now this may generate a question to ask, whether it be myself or other sleep experts within the store, or the people here. So it opens people up.
It's made me feel more confident just by being able to speak to my guests in a clear fashion and present information easily.
It makes me feel more confident because I get to learn all the information about these mattresses and how they keep on getting better, and all the technologies on how they're enhancing them and everything. And I get to take it back and we get to capitalize it in stores and inform the guest on why this mattress is better than the mattress that they've had for the last 20 or 30 years.
It's kind of like a refresher for me. So getting that refresher, because sometimes we get into into that mindset, we get complacent because we've been doing it the same way. Now coming into here, I'm getting little nuggets from here and there and saying, okay, instead of doing this, try this, getting to get more excited with the guests. So it's kind of like, getting that refresher, that training again to say, you know what, I used to do this when I first started. And now I feel like I'm an expert, I'm not doing it again, so I'm gonna use those again to actually close more business for me.
It's different. You'll have a company that's going to continually support you, have you involved, make you a priority, and that's key. Especially in this day and age, it's nice to feel appreciated, and Broad River has done that for me for the past 5 years. And for anyone who hasn't worked with Broad River or maybe is thinking about working for Broad River, give it a chance because you will not look back and regret it.
Broad River's culture to someone outside the company is unmatched. It's 100% unmatched. When you have people coming up that you speak to just a couple times a year and ask about your family and know your children's names, it's very unique, and there's nothing like it.
Look, you're not a number. I would say that, and I say this to say, this is a question I've always wanted to actually ask Stacy. I said, how do you remember so many people's names? You have so many people you're working with, and Stacy will come in and actually just saying, hey Jeff, this, even if it's a new HFC, so just being involved, with the, with the HFC is even just remembering the name, that's a big one, because you could be working for a place, you are just a number, but whether it's Charlie and everything, they remember your name and just say, hey, how we doing? How you doing in the store? And they all actually remember the store. I don't even know how they even do that.
Having fun. The culture is whenever we get to meet with any of the higher ups from the stores, it's everyone knows each other's names, we're all having a good time, we're probably laughing in the first few minutes.
I actually tell people all the time that they should come sell furniture. My friends always ask me what I do, and they're like, selling furniture doesn't seem that interesting, and then I'm like, nah man, this is the spot, this is the place to be. I've made a lot of friendships through a lot of different stores. I've been at a lot of different stores in my time here, so I've met a lot of great people, I've made good money, I've learned a lot just about myself and about the outside world just through the company.
The best thing I can say is it's just a team culture. Everybody's like a family, especially over here in the north. Everybody's got each other's back. We're always willing to help out, and always is a phone call away if that's the case, or we'll pull up to your store and make it happen.
For me, it's because of the culture. I've worked for other retail companies, been general managers at other places. The way that the things that this company says they're going to do and care about, they truly do. No company's perfect, but I feel like Broad River is always striving to be better.
A family. They really make you feel like a part of a team, like a family. They're supportive. There's nothing that you go through that you need that they can't help you with, and they're not willing to help you with.
I've been trying to kind of take over, so I just started at a new store. So I'm at the Flagship now, but I didn't start the year here, so I've been kind of trying to step in and influence my game into their game and kind of take over and usher a new kind of generation to that store that's had so many vets in it for so long. For me, it's just kind of changing the mindset of what can be done. Our store has a lot of tenured staff, so motivating people to do bigger things that can be done in our location. And, we've had people prove it, whether it be, app goals, sleep sales, $1 million riders, whatever it may be, just breaking that mindset if we can't do that here. So
maybe being in this company, being the first Haitian expert, that is something, that I've been very, very proud of, very excited about. I work really well for it. And also, and actually in our store, this is the first time we've actually had 7 people tracking for $1 million rider, and and then I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to see them in Charlotte.
Pioneering just by being here, taking the challenge to be with Broad River and see what we're able to accomplish from the present into going into the end of the year with the future.
Yeah, I would say it's more so about how others have helped me, find my own way. I mean, I give a lot of credit to Bradley Sullivan. He's the general manager of the Albemarle Oasis, and he's helped me a lot as far as seeing the things that I am doing great and the things that I have room to improve on. And he's really shown me a new level that we can reach, and we're going down it together just to continue every day, being the best versions of ourselves we could possibly be. And if we do that, everything is going to come out in the wash.
Just taking the lead on building my team, supporting them in any way that I can, and just getting a W together.
I think trying to set a standard for credit applications and overall sales, and just how fast I can get to my finish line. I've had many people in the store tell me that they're trying to pace me, so it's kind of cool.
Well, we talked about it at the panel. We've talked about it since February. The Come With Me has been a very important role in getting VIP and getting to the gallery, because they do go hand in hand. So pioneering and with the Come With Me and getting more guests to become a VIP with Ashley has not only been beneficial, but it's continuing, where we're going to be continuing to pioneer, and we're just going to continue building with it and becoming more successful.
If you like our content, check us out, bringing brand new fresh episodes every Tuesday and Thursday to YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. We have some very special episodes coming, just a little bit of a teaser here. Come back and check out our Founders Scholarship Fund series coming soon. And then a very special one, a first time ever, as I sit down with the general managers in our stores, the most critical and important role in our company. Be sure to check those out. Like us, subscribe, follow, and share your notes on what you want to hear more at Stories from the River. See you soon.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. To watch this episode, go to youtube.com/@storiesfromtheriver. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.